Straight up honest answer. I was on a date with my girlfriend. We hadn't been on one in a while, and we spontaneously decided to go on a date. And it's not even live. Now it is live, which is good. Sorry, I just gotta log into my Discord here to hop in the chat there in case anyone is wanting me to be on there. So I just gotta do that real quick. So I gotta scan the QR code on my computer. Yes, log me in. Cool. I am streamer mode enabled. Perfect. And I'll just hop in this chat and we're good. We are good. Hey, welcome, Uncle. Not much going on. Sorry I'm late, just, well, I was on a date. Yeah, I did a bunch of work for the stream. I couldn't get everything I wanted done, unfortunately, but, well, I made some progress. Anyways, let's just make sure I got everything good. Hey there, Eric. Welcome to the stream. I hope you are doing good. So let me hop on that here. Twitch, perfect. Theoretically, I am in a good position. I gotta minimize this window so I can actually see things. Yeah, everything should be good. One last check of the internet connection. Everything is fine, which is perfect. So we got a bit we can get into. Obviously, because I did start late, I will be going late too. I'm going up until I gotta head out to go watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So basically the same amount of time as always, just starting later. So I've got... Yikes, we need some keys for that. Well, I think we should start with some Dark Dimension. What do you guys think? I'm already late, so I might as well just get right into it. I think that's a good call. Just to make sure. So take out Ultron. Go with Mr. Sinister the first run here. How's everybody doing today? Is everyone having a good day? I hope so. Put it on ×2 for Dark Dimension. Yeah, but I kind of try to be ready here at the same time every day, so I feel it's only right to actually let people know when I'm going to be there and try and give a bit more heads up if I'm going to be late. Just out of respect for everyone's time. Come on, evil Mr. Sinister. How much healing you gotta do? Ooh. Alright day, just too hot? Yeah, it was like 37 degrees Celsius here today, so I feel you on that one. Alright, come on. Stop attacking my Mr. Sinister. Attack the other people. This is fine. That works for me. Kill Phoenix. Come on. Just focus down my Phoenix, make her Dark Phoenix, and then ignore her. Okay. What is this? The battle of who can have more Mr. Sinisters at once? Well, I can turn the speed up now. Ah, they took out my extra Mr. Sinister. How could they? Throw my Dark Phoenix ult here. This is a weird one. This was just a really weird fight. Oh, that's goodbye for Mr. Sinister. And now let's do it here because larger target radius. Get rid of the heal. Okay, not too bad. I should be able to take down that Mr. Sinister with my second run at it. I was hoping to have a little bit more success, but that Mr. Sinister healed the whole team by so much, and I got out Mr. Sinister. Their Mr. Sinister did better sinister stuff than my Mr. Sinister. Perfect. 3.8. I made some progress. Again, I would not consider that my perfect run. So I'll just do the heal up for Phoenix. Then I'll take out those two and then put back in Ultron, and I'm good to go back in. Good to go back in. So yeah, guys, hopefully, I've decided I'm going to do a little bit every day as opposed to trying to pick a day where to do a massive stream editing project, because I did a few big stream editing stuff over the last few days. But hopefully soon we're going to be getting rid of all the orange stuff on the stream and making it kind of fit the rest of the channel a little better. Make it the matching color at least. Got some blue stuff in the works, some green stuff. Hopefully it's going to look pretty good, because my current everything I got right now was default, except a couple of little things here and there. But I fully made a custom one over the last couple days. I've been working on it, so hopefully that comes out pretty soon and is looking pretty good. Alright, I gotta make sure to put this on times 2 because I need to get that Dark Phoenix special. Okay. Alright, I get my Dark Phoenix special. No problem whatsoever. So do they have any people that are going to be annoyingly healing? Yeah, they got a Merc Lieutenant, which is annoying. Alright. So not a perfect day of DD3, but Mr. Sinister is down, which is going to greatly expedite the process. I'd say 1 or 2 days tops until I'm on to the next node. I didn't really make a whole lot of net progress today, but I did kill one important character. So I'd consider that pretty successful, and I'd consider this is my 4th real day on this, which is pretty good considering I'm using 2 characters in each attack. Alright, so we've got a bit of raids to do. We're short on keys. Is that my fault? I'll launch Alpha. I'll launch Alpha. It's probably my fault. Probably. Take a look here, and we have got no keys. We do have keys to give. It is my fault, guys. It's all my fault. I'm messing up everything. So let's go find some Minerva over here and farm something for Minerva, because I am short on all of the gear now. Short on everything. Now I gotta refresh this. Sure. Take my energy. Not too bad. Now I've got all my keys in, but I still can't launch because everyone else needs to go do what I just did. And then we'd be good. So we've got my Blitz, we got Alpha Raid, we've got Arena, which I definitely need to do because I haven't done a single Arena battle today, so I'm assuming I'm pretty far down. And then of course we have War or anything else you guys can think of. So it should be a fun day. Hey man, how am I doing? How's my sister today? I'm doing pretty good. My sister is actually still waiting on her surgery. Should be hearing any minute on if they're going to be able to make it happen today or what's going on, or if it has to be pushed until tomorrow. But she's doing better. She's doing a little better, probably because she's on a fair bit of medication while she's in the hospital, and she's hanging in there and she's holding together pretty good. It probably doesn't hurt the fact that it's a surgery that I myself am very, very familiar with, and was able to explain that it's a pretty basic procedure and pretty commonly done, and it's one of the shorter surgeries for that type stuff. I mean, I've seen this surgery about 10 times, which is good. Open all these. What we're getting is... Actually, this stuff is all really helpful now. I usually make fun of it, but like this, I've got 26 of these right now. I have 6 of these. This one I've got 88, but I spent all of them because I got 2 tier 14 characters, 2 characters to tier 14 in the last week. Yeah, me too, and I think she should. She's a tough one. Did not need that. Do I need anything here? Well, are we getting up to the Ultimate Orb, maybe? How far are we from that? Let me check on the actual... I noticed that they no longer showed the Ultimate Store. How far? Well, not too far, not too far. Well, just got an update from my sister. It sounds like an hour and a half until her surgery starts. It's not bad. Okay, so that's there. Let's go in for milestone. What do we got here? Spent campaign energy. Alright, I'm still connected there. That's good. So, got all this. Yeah. What can we do? What can we do? Well, it seems like it wants me to fight that one. Let's fight that. That's a weird one. Couldn't fully see it actually behind chat, but I think it'll be fine. Also, I do know for a fact, in an hour and 28 minutes, I do have a video uploading. Yes, I do. Okay, I can close that window then. Which speed my internet up even more. Let's go drop some attacks over here. How do I want to do this? Let's actually just attack into Magneto. Curious, I'm literally just messing around right now. Because there's so many good ways to run this team, I'm kind of curious to see which are the most efficient, because it's actually, for the most part, pretty hard to screw up. I mean, that's not great. That's not an ideal situation. Gonna be honest. But do I think characters like the Hulk will get reworked again? Admittedly, Hulk is a lot better now than he was before, and he does have some uses, but it doesn't make sense that he wouldn't get reworked again, because he is such a major character. Who knows when, but they're bound to have a good reason to do him at some point. Okay. That wasn't exactly your best flip there, Thanos. Let's just smash everything. Let's ultimate this. Alright, now I can just drop the basic here. That's gonna kill that, that's gonna kill there. Let's go with the basic then, so I can get some damage on to Juggernaut. Unfortunately, this is gonna cost Corvus his life. Start getting some damage here. Unfortunately, not looking great actually, but well, that's gonna be fine. Goodbye. So even though I played this pretty bad, and this kind of went really bad, this was not a smooth battle by any stretch of the imagination. It looks like I'm gonna be fine. As a matter of fact, I'm wasting attacks now. Wait, did he just die off of an attack that doesn't do damage? Because I'm okay with that. I just don't understand it. Okay, so we got one arena battle in. I'm just going to check a quick message from support because I actually sent them a message asking a question just to see something that I'm playing. Okay, the message disappeared. Okay, fine. Fine, support. Take away my information. Oh well, I'll deal with that later then. Okay, so we got raids, do some blitz, I suppose. Probably a good idea to get on some of that. And see if we can get any good drops. Hey there, Vral. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good today. If you're able to hang out until story time today, there might be a bit of a surprise in there for you. Well, not literally for you. Just regarding story time, there may have been perhaps an adjustment to the stream in regards to that. I did some work to add some flavor to it. Hopefully you like it, because it did take me quite a lot of work, because it's not my strong suit. And it's a lot of teaching myself things. And admittedly, everything I do, it always has unintended side effects, so I have to like undo a bunch of things. It takes a bit more work than you would expect doing some really simple things in regards to streaming. Taking the war off today because everyone loves blitzing so much. Oh yeah, blitz is just a blast. I think the actual player base of this game has just completely descended into like passive aggressive sarcasm. This event has literally descended this player base into passive aggressive sarcasm. Everyone's just, every comment you read is just being sassy about blitz, and it's really funny. For such like an aggressive group to turn it into passive aggressiveness because we're just so irritated. I mean, it's to the point where I'm so just about blitzing and the way that this event is and the milestones and the cruddy compensation and everything, that just all the crud going on. People are asking me if I'm like just actively not excited about getting Negasonic Teenage Warhead. I'm like, no, it has nothing to do with that. I was super excited when I thought the event was going to be a good event. I just hate this event. Look, guys, 100 orb frags. Yes. Woo, 100. It's a bit much to expect everyone to do war raids, arena, and blitzing all week. Yeah, now try adding actually doing streams and such like that into that, and then having a life and making videos. It's a lot. It's a lot. And my blitz is kind of what I'm just like, yeah, I'll let this slide a little. I'm gonna get Negasonic Teenage Warhead. I'm gonna get her, but maybe not as fast as some other people. By that I mean I know that because I know people that have recruited her already and I haven't. What is this life you speak of? Well, mine, I'm generally attempting to become a doctor. That takes stuffs. Takes the education-ations. Education-ations? Is that the way I decide to call it education? Close enough. Have I had a 2K drop yet? Absolutely not, Uncle. I have no idea what you're talking about. That is completely foreign. I got one drop over 150, and that was a 300-something drop. So you're going to have to tone down your expectations for my RNG and my luck over here. Because I did. I honestly expect to still be getting zeros. What was it, the other day before they patched it? I did 5 blitz battles, got like 100 shards here. 100 orb fragments? Not even shards. Guys, seriously, Fury Shield team? With Hulk, you're gonna lose to the defenders. Man, Hulk outdid Fury. That shouldn't happen. Alright, what do we got here? What do we got? Do we have anything fun looking? I mean, this looks fun to use. It's not fun to fight against. I should have been... What's that? Oh, that's going to take ages. I mean, Hulk needs a rework. He was the most successful person on that team. He's the only one that actually dealt damage. Alright, I forgot I was part of Loot Aches. Good. So guys, I've been trying to get a getaway plan for you guys for a very long time now, since like April. But the people of which I'm supposed to get in contact with that are supposed to help me with this have ignored 5 straight emails from me. So I don't know what's going on, but it makes it a little difficult to get the giveaway going for you. I really should not have picked this fight, but oh well. So, hopefully they decide to actually answer me, and then I can get you this giveaway. Because it's really just pointless if they don't. Like, what's the point of me having the affiliate status if they're not going to actually hold up to, like, their one and only end of the bargain? I guess they have, like, 2 ends of the bargain, but... Well, this isn't going good, guys. But do I actually care enough to intervene? Not really. These are still my teams that I don't care about at all. They win some, they lose some. Kind of a coin toss when you get to the high levels, but... Oh, what do you know, they died. It happens. Let's see, has anything gone to complete chaos over here? I mean, I've got like 8 messages in my Discord server, but in my Alliance server, technically. That's fine. Who needs to know what they're saying? Though they're talking about... Oh my gosh. There's so many messages. I don't even know what they're talking about. Ah. Well, I can't help. They're in trouble. If they need my information, they should send it in shorter bursts. Guys, today's video that I'm putting out, which is literally already processed and ready to go, it's literally just waiting for it to hit midnight my time, so in an hour and a bit. It's about the most underrated team in the game, and I talked about who I think it is. I'm just curious, who do you all think is the most underrated team in the game? What would I improve or add to this game? Ooh. I would improve Winter Soldier's speed. Yes. I've been holding on to the fact that Winter Soldier needs to go faster. He needs to have the same speed as Captain America. I don't care if that doesn't make him good at this point. I've been holding on to this since first video I ever made. It was the one thing I'm like, they really should make Winter Soldier as fast as Captain America. It makes no coherent sense that he's not. It is not the most useful thing to fix. It is definitely not the only one I would come up with, but like emergency, like rapid answer, it's always going to be make Winter Soldier's speed the same as Captain America's. You're kind of thinking hand as the most underrated role, or the thing you most want to improve? Because if it's the theme that you think is most underrated, I disagree with you on that. I'll be clear. I don't agree. Hand is not underrated. Hand is under-talented. Underrated. Oh, no. I mean, let's face it, they're seen as garbage, and they're pretty garbage. So they're technically underrated because they're not the worst garbage in the game, but they're not a good team. Oh, Kree is better than Hand. Kree is better than Hand. Whether you win or not, they are a better team. They actually can do multiple things in the game. Hand cannot. Are they meta at the moment? The most underrated team in the game that I said. It depends on your definition of meta. I have not heard anyone refer to them as a meta team, but I think you could make an argument. I make an argument that they should be considered meta. I will say they're not the best at anything in the game. There's someone better at every single thing they do. Hand Sentry is great. He's decent. He's decent. He's not great. He's decent. Hand Archer, best debuff removal. Well, best buff removal, I think you mean. It's not the best. There's better buff removals than that. But it's not a bad one. It's not a bad one. By any means. And it does have a good focus and some AoE damage. But the team, they don't do damage. They don't survive. They just don't. They don't do. I'll give you another hint about the team that I think. The team that I think you can use either the full team or characters from the team in every single game mode. At pretty much every point in the game. Is it BKT? No, it's not BKT. And no, it's not Wakandans. Even though me saying Wakandans would be very on brand. And I do think Wakandans are underrated, but in the player base, Wakandans are underrated. But no, they're not the most underrated. And BKT is like my child. I love me some BKT. All things considered, I have a very long history with BKT. But no, everyone knows. Going back to hand, Brawl. Who on earth are you using from hand in your raids? Who are you using in arena from your hand team? I mean, I don't even bother saving my hand team as a blitz team, which is goes to show. Apparently I'm tired. I keep yawning. Probably has something to do with the fact I slept 2 hours last night. That might have something to do with it. But I think BK2 is a good guess. They're actually a team that you can use in multiple modes of the game. You use them in Gamma? What, instead of Kree? Oh man. You can get through that Gamma lane with two characters. Two characters from the Kree team. Captain Marvel and Minerva, and you're good. Like, that's... You get throw the rest of the people on there, but... Oh man. Brotherhood? No, Brotherhood is not a team that you can use everywhere. You can't... I mean, you can use Brotherhood in raids. And technically, back when I did raid ranks... I don't know why I stopped. Oh, right. I lost all the graphics, and then it would take about 3 years for me to get everything back, and it just annoyed me, so I stopped. Oh, it's definitely not Defenders. I hate Defenders. Hand may get a rework. Yeah, but honestly, hand rework is something that shouldn't be that high near on their priority list, but... It's possible it's going to happen, but they've been saying that for ages. Like, everyone's like, just build your hand team for Dark Dimension 3. That's going to be the meta DD3 team, is hand. Go get that Electra up. If you don't believe me, go look back, and you will find comments all about getting hand ready for Dark Dimension 3 because they were going to get a rework. That did not come true, so... It's almost like, well, we've reworked everything else. Let's just keep saying they're doing a hand rework until they do it. I'm really tempted of now just jokingly saying like a different team that's completely not my choice. Something like quite obviously not underrated. Like The most underrated team in the game is obviously Black Order, but no, it's not. It's not that. It's a good team. I don't know anyone that says otherwise, that they're not a good team, but I think they're a better, more important team than people give them credit for. Sinister Six? Nah, I wouldn't say Sinister Six. It's a good guess, but again, Sinister Six, they're not going to help you in raids, unless you're talking about the fact they can get you some Shuri on the Wakandans, right? Asgardians. Oh no, Asgard is definitely not an underrated team. What was it, in the Two Sides video we put out, me, Sen, and Mr. Free to Play, and asked them the best team to put resources in? They both said Asgardians. So I don't think if everyone thinks it's the best team to spend resources on, it's underrated. They do Spider-Verse and City Nodes. I mean, but you shouldn't be using Sinister Six on the Spider-Verse nodes in Raid. You should be using your symbiotes. I'm surprised no one said it. Wakandans? No, not quite. Again, I love me some Wakanda. I do love me Wakanda, and I do believe they are an underrated team because people do not understand how they work and what to use them on. And admittedly, Wakanda is a team that is always just one little step away from becoming great again. Or great, depending on how you want to look at it. Is it symbiotes? No. I'm honestly surprised you guys haven't gotten this. This is going to be a loss. This team is going to lose big time. Symbiotes are like a team a lot of people suggest bringing to tier 14. So I don't think that counts as underrated. Avengers. No. If you go back quite a few months, I would have given Avengers a thought as one of the more underrated teams, but they've kept falling off since then, and yeah, they don't really do much good anymore. So, unfortunately, who's sending messages? I'm getting a bunch of messages. Who's messaging me? Thor. Normal Guardians. Not quite. What's this? Gosh, it's too small. Yeah, I can't read that. It's a message about Avril Lavigne. Someone in my alliance is sending me stuff about Avril Lavigne now. Yep, he definitely saw some story times. Normal Guardians, no, not quite. Okay, I need to see what this is. Fantastic Four? No. I mean, I completely could tell you what it is at this point, but you guys are running out of teams to guess wrong, so it's almost like, honestly, I probably don't need to. Thank you! Wiki Wolf coming in clutch with the answer. Wiki Wolf shows up and gives the right answer. It is Supernatural, guys. Honestly, I think you literally ran out of other options. They aren't underrated by anyone? Supernatural, I said, is the most underrated team in the game. They do everything. Well, I'm glad that everyone's obviously in complete agreement here, and all the first thing everyone thought of was the same team. That was kind of great. That was like literally 20 minutes of you guys not getting the one thing. Yeah, they're a great attacking team in war. They do so many things. They can fight so many teams. They're a good raid team if you get the right resources. They're one of the best possible early counters to Ultrons. They kill Ultron. If you don't know how to use them, they're a good war defense team. They're one of the best blitz teams. Heck, they can beat Brotherhood if you get the right T4s. Again, I said raid. You got some of the characters that you can use in arena. Early on, you can use a lot of them in arena. As you get further on, you can use some of the other. If you get a big one, you can use a big Ghost Rider in arena, and it's going to do plenty fine. You use them in. You can use some of them in DD2. You can use some of them in DD3. Mostly Ghost Rider for DD3, but like, there's so much versatility and so much use for them, and they're a good team at everything they do. They may not be the single best thing at anything in the game, but they're really good at a lot of things. And a lot of people just don't build up their Supernatural because they're looking for the best of this, the best of that. So they're trying to build up 5 teams, running out of resources, and then wondering why they're falling behind because they're trying to get the best individual team for this, the best individual team for that. And they're ignoring the team that can literally do all of that and hold you over so you can focus down other things a little better. Yeah, that's why I think Supernatural. But that was kind of amazing, guys. I had a lot of fun withholding information for you guys. But yes, congrats, Wiki Wolf, on being the person to get this. We had a lot of guesses. They would have been the last team you would have thought of as underrated. Well, when's the last time you heard someone refer to them as like a meta team? Because if you give a list of what people are calling meta teams, Supernatural is pretty far down that list. Even in like the most important teams to build video that I did with Mr. Free to Play and MSF and Sunraven, they fell down to like 12, 13, which was kind of shocking to me. Yeah, I mean, they do great. I use mine against Mercs. Admittedly, I do punch down against Mercs, but they can beat so many different teams. They can double their power against the Ultron team if there's no Drax. Who do I think the most overrated team and character in the game? Defenders. Defenders. And overrated character? Whoever's on the Defenders. Probably Iron Fist. And also the Defenders. They're overrated. Yeah. If you listen to Discord and Facebook and Reddit and a lot of the people in this community in the game, they would have you believing that if you build the Defenders up to like 100k, you're going to beat everything this game has ever had. But they're not. They're not the best choice for anything that you use them for. If you build up your Spider-Verse, or Hero Brawlers, you build up your Hero Brawlers, you're going to outdo anything your Defenders can do. Like, they're just not the right choice for anything. You build them up in Arena, you're going to get killed because people can build up Sinister Six and beat you, even if Sinister Six is not the best of teams. Sinister Six will beat Defenders in Arena. You use them in raids, you're going to have to build something else up once you get to Ultima 6, unless you're planning of running like a 300 and something K Defenders team, because they just don't hold up in raids, they don't hold up in Arena. Honestly, right now, they can barely win Blitz battles because there's so many better teams in the game, and they don't get you anything, and everyone's like, yeah, just build up your Defenders, it's all you need. The Defenders aren't getting you anything. They're not the right choice. I have literally seen people go farther in raids with Hero Brawlers without like Symbiote Spider-Man and like the really good hero, just a regular Hero Brawlers team, no Captain Marvel, no Symbiote Spider-Man, than I've seen people do with Defenders of the same power. And the Hero Brawlers are not a raid team by any stretch of the imagination. So I've got a couple hundred drops so far in this blitz rotation, which I consider pretty darn successful. I'm happy with that. On my RNG, 100 drop is like a 4,000 drop, so... What are we getting here? Oh, and defenders. I'm just tired of fighting defenders. Do you guys agree on defenders? Do you guys have a different option that you think is more overrated than the defenders? Now everyone's gonna be like saying Wakanda because people be hating on my Wakandans. Okay, give me Spidey, that's fine. Black Order as overrated? Oh my, no. Black Order, pound for pound, is the best team in the game. That's just a fact. That you cannot put anything up to Black Order that Black Order isn't going to outpunch. 100%. Black Order is legitimate. Shield? I mean, Shield's... They still have war defense with Coulson, though. Shield is a better team than Defenders, and somehow the Defenders get hyped up more than Shield, which is kind of ridiculous. Guys, I got another 100 drop. This is getting crazy up in here. You know, I'm really concerned I'm going to lose my blitz battle with Supernatural after everything was said. It would be my luck. All right. Let's just, we can auto this. Come on, Hero Brawlers, you guys can do this. Man, how big is that Miss Marvel? Woo! Crazy. And most overrated character, that's a tough one though. The most overrated character, I know I just said Iron Fist because Defenders and my pure love of the Defenders, but there might be more overrated characters than that. It's a hard one to say because people don't really rank characters individually anymore. But who is it? Talking about underrated characters, America Chavez is a good character. She's a really good character. For what she does. Again, she's not going to go out there and win you a bunch of raid battles. But she's really good at what she does. Another 100 drop. Guys. Wow. Might I just say wow. Yikes. Asgard is a not so much. This team's a bit of a rough one. Let's do this one, though. Should be fun. How do I rate America Chavez? America Chavez is at 6 red stars, she's going to hit like a truck. She is a character that can make your hero brawlers useful in a lot of modes. Not every mode, but she makes them a good blitz team, of course. And she's going to make them a good war team, whether on offense or defense. And she's fun. The defense down on her basic is nice. The buff clear is pretty good, and her special does hit really hard. She's a good, fun character to use. I think the part that I'm least happy is they changed her model after it came out, and I really, really, really liked the way that they originally had her set, and that I don't like the new one as much, but I mean, it's not really a big issue. But she is a good character. Now, if we're looking at the opposing team here, obviously Symbiote Spider-Man is a better character than America Chavez. I would wager to say that America Chavez is a better hero brawler than Spider-Man. Let's just get rid of this. You can, you know, Invisible Woman, let's just stun you. Can now do this. And then let's keep you stunned and keep those people blind until I can finish off Symbiote over here. Bye, Symbiote. Bye, Spidey. Let's get a heal block on Venom and Wolverine. Just dropping offense down. Let's actually spread out the health and get some deflects. I got ability blocked. I was going to try and use my special again, but I wasn't even ready on energy, so I don't know why I was hoping for that. Alright, bye Venom. Alright, I guess we're going to start working on Invisible Woman here. Why am I even fighting this? They've got this handled. They've got this handled. Unless it freezes the moment I press the auto. Game. What you doing to me, game? Come on, Marvel. Alright. Alright. Game crashed. I'll get it back up. Library. Marvel Strike Force. Load that up. Now I can check who's sending me messages here. Is it me? I mean, that's definitely me, but it's it here. Lion's Horse. You're heading out there, Jack? Alright. See you tomorrow. I'll be back at regular time tomorrow, so not much different from today's time, but done. 100k. Let me see. I'm trying to see who sent me a message. Sorry, someone sent me a message and I'm just... Oh, it's Valley. It's fine. Valley can wait. And just check out that. There we go. We're good. We're good. Everything is back. But yeah, thank you, Jack, for coming by. And thank you for the luck for my sister. Easy win here. Cool. Vral, I know you're here. Probably you've been chatting up today. Well, I guess I don't know if you're still here, but if you're still here, I've got a few possible story options for you. Would you like to hear another movie premiere story? Would you like to hear some karaoke stories? Or would you like to hear a story about volcanoes today, to debut the new Storytime format? Volcanoes? All right. Volcanoes it is. I had a good laugh about this today. I kind of forgot all about it until I was talking with White Scarf about her sister, and there was some stuff about volcanoes came up, and it reminded me all about this. But it was definitely a lot of fun talking about this with White Scarf today. And it'll also be relevant because on July 22nd, I'm going back to the place where the story comes from. Yeah, let's go this team. It's Inhumans. They should be able to take it. Inhumans should be able to handle it. Do not know what just came out of my mouth. That was not my normal voice. Oh well. I don't know. I guess I'm pretty excited because I think the volcano story could be quite explosive. It might lead to an eruption of laughter. I'm sorry. I'll just delete my channel. It's fine. Don't mind me, guys. Thanos. Disrupt Thanos here. Yeah, that's about the right reaction. Get that slow. Take out Simbi. Hit that. Just slow him back. Slow him down a little. Hit that ult. Hit that ult. And Black Bolt. I guess you want to do your AoE attack? Yeah, there's tons of people for you to kill, right? Oops. Oh, come on, another 50. We gotta get... See, everyone's telling me that they get like one decent drop per rotation, like of 300 plus. I do not. Maybe it would have been my supernatural drop if it didn't, you know, crash because the game hates me. All right, this is actually a interesting team for the Black Order to go against, actually, because they kind of thrive off of what Black Order does. So I'm just going to ignore it and try and kill them anyways. I think that's what I should do. Also, a kind of concerning thing is their Thanos Cull Obsidian is going to be taunting forever. Oh yeah, okay, right, I'll get rid of this notification because it's bothering me. What are you saying, Valley? What are you doing? Oh, Valley is playing Exos Heroes. I don't know what Exos Heroes is. So, probably messed up the name and probably offended some people. Oh well. I mean, I don't intend to offend anyone, but I tried. Oh yeah, just drop this special. Don't even worry about this. Hey, guy. Just doing some blitz here, and hoping I get something higher than a 50. My highest so far in this rotation is 100. And came up with a topic for story time already, which is going to be unique because I have a new format for story time that I put together today, and Vral picked out the story. You're only at 17 million. 17 million is a lot more than what I'm at. I barely blitzed today because I went on a date. I just wanted a bit of a break from stuff, so I went on a date. It was nice. Let's use the basic here, see if we can cleanse that. Oh man. Cleanse that. Thank you. Big hit from my call. Just keep powering debuffs into that Thanos. Thanos attack. Let's just get rid of this. Here, I hope to get top 2,000. You should be able to. Milestone 27 now. The end is in sight. Congrats, Raul. That's pretty good. Where can I go on a date nowadays? Well, and aren't there any social distancing rules? As you may know, Italy is the most successfully recovered country in the entire world from coronavirus. We had the worst start of it, but we have recovered better than any other country in the world. Yes, we do have some not intense rules. We have a lot less intense rules than we did before, but there's still definite rules that are properly enforced. But we can now go into restaurants if they're at minimum, like a very low capacity. Most of them you have to call ahead, but some you can just get first come, first serve for limited tables. And if you are with people, you have certain approved people that you don't have to be distanced from now. So like boyfriends, girlfriends, and family members you can be together with. So other than that, no one else is allowed at your table. You wear a mask up until the moment that you sit. When you sit down, you can now take off your mask and sit and eat dinner there. There's a lot of other rules, like when you get up and leave the table, you have to put your mask back on, so on and so forth. Public transportation, you need your mask. A lot of rules, but overall, it's doable, and it was really nice to just be able to get out and get some dinner at a restaurant that's literally a 15-20 minute walk from here. One that we used to go to a lot. We hadn't been in since February, maybe. So it was nice. Yeah, America is counting for like a lot of them. It's a bit of a mystery bag though, because admittedly the US does have like one of the highest testing rates in the world, but also they have like the least amount of people following instructions in the world. A lot of people just breaking protocols or not taking things seriously or just dumb decisions. Yeah. Blitz on auto as I walk. Yeah, but I did actually do a couple battles on auto while walking there. And I was working on a few somethings for this channel. A few somethings. 3 somethings? 4, I made a video. Americans are not following instructions. Whether you like Trump or not, there are rules in place that no one's listening to. Every day, you see reports of people just going in massive crowds without masks. You see reports of people trying to go into restaurants and getting upset when they don't serve them. Like, there's no one following instructions. You guys are... In the US, there are flights that don't require masks, and they're sitting people right next to each other. There's rows of 4 or 6 people in the US, flying within the US. That's not good planning. If that's the instructions, which I know they're not proper, but people aren't listening. See, in Canada has a different issue. Canada has no sense of priorities. The things that they insisted needed to be open in Canada, like in where I'm from in Canada, were like the marijuana dispensaries and the liquor stores. Those were the things that never got shut down. Because if everything else was locked down, people needed to be able to get high and drunk. Literally was the government decision for Canada. Because, you know, when there's a deadly pandemic going around, the one thing you want to make sure is that people have the chance to not be sober. I don't know, I think I'd want as many sober people as possible in that type of situation, but Canada does what Canada do. Yeah, no, I've tried to tell people that is literally was Canada's policy. They were making sure that people could still get weed and alcohol, and that was like their first rule of business. And people thought I was joking until they actually found out that there was long lines in Canada at the marijuana dispensaries out of fears that they might actually be... They were like the first set of businesses that were declared essential were the weed dispensaries. It was really weird. What advice would you give on building blitz teams? That is a great question. The important thing to know, there are 2 goals for building blitz teams. You want 50k at a time. The big thing about it is you want to meet 2 qualifications. You want a team that you can win with, but you want as many teams that you can win with as possible. In other words, if you have a team that you feel is the perfect team and will never lose in blitz, but it costs 4 teams to break up to do it, it's not worth it. It's much better to spread out some good characters to get more good teams. Even teams that win, 4 teams that win 80 to 90% of the time is better than 1 team that wins 100. If you're meaning how big should you build them, it really does not matter to the same point. It is easier to win with teams if you kind of keep them a little more even, but it's not 100% necessary, especially when you're kind of starting. The goal is just keep them in situations where they're winnable. It's just keep an eye on how good you're winning, and don't build your stuff just for blitz. Kind of find what you can use in Alliance War, find what you can use in Arena, find what you can use in Raids, and then whatever you can figure out from there, you can kind of get good blitz teams out of that. That is the best way to really start because it's a little bit more efficient. And then sure, if you have extra resources, and you're not going to use a character elsewhere, it's not a bad idea to build up some other characters to fill out blitz teams. And try and be as synergistic as possible, of course. Don't waste your synergies. Try and keep your damage dealers higher strength than the rest too. Yeah, that helps. That can help. In most situations, it can help. Some teams you really need to get certain debuffs to stick, so you kind of need to have your controllers pretty big, but you can actually definitely cheese the system if you are building your damage dealers really big and not building the rest of your team. So there's some manipulative ways about it. Because they base the enemy team off of your average power, basically. Is it too soon to invest in Sinister and Scientist Supreme? I don't know how big you are. What is your roster size? Because that will change the answer. Like, what's your rough... How long have you been playing? What's your collection power? Just some random stuff about you and the gameplay. And I can answer that. I will tell you my best guess is one of those probably it's too soon. One of them isn't. But still depends a bit. Let's finish off this Thanos. 500 collection power, 120 days in free to play. Well, congrats. I would say at that point, it's really not worth building up Scientist Supreme. Sinister unlocks 2 different legendaries? He's meaning Miss... I think he's... Are you meaning Mr. Sinister or Sinister 6? Hold up, let's just figure out. Let's figure that out. This changes my answer very dramatically. Are you referring to the Team Sinister 6 or the character Mr. Sinister? And you got a 5... Mr. Sinister. Okay. Alright. 5-star Star-Lord, congrats. That's awesome. Star-Lord is a great character to have, especially at early points. He can help you really get to the next point and help you basically go right through Ultima 6 and Dark Dimension 2 up until the late game stuff. He is very useful up until basically Ultima 7. So now, Mr. Sinister is 100% worth building. He can basically cheat your way up in Arena. And he's a good raid character, and he's just good at everything, that guy. He is amazing. He is super survivable. But if you run up against an Ultron and you don't have anything to counter an Ultron, but you can just take his Ultron. Now you have 6 characters to go against their 5. So I would say it's not too early to invest in Mr. Sinister. I know Sen Raven talks a lot about his cheat way trick to get right into top of arena and catching up with newer accounts is going full out for Mr. Sinister. Scientist Supreme, I think you can easily get by without building right away. There's a lot of things that I think are more priority than Scientist Supreme, as you don't have a ton of use for aim at this point, or even Scientist Supreme. Some people use her in Ultima 7, but she's even been replaced on Ultima 7. There's not really anything which she is the only choice to do, and there's other characters that you can build less to make the same things happen. So I would say hold off on Scientist Supreme, go definitely get your Mr. Sinister, and that can help. Because up until recently, I was using my Mr. Sinister in Arena, and he was helping me fly up there, and while he was like 2-3 stars. You don't need a massive Mr. Sinister to be hugely successful in the point of stars. I would recommend getting as much stuff on him as possible, of course, but it's a very unique situation on that end. That doesn't show up, but that's fine. Alright, well, we're almost done this rotation, actually. It's probably... Do I have any recommendations other than BKT for Dark Dimension 2? Mr. Sinister. Yeah. Obviously, Star-Lord Minerva is a really, really great combination for it. Guy, BKT is actually one of the quicker teams for Dark Dimension 2. After timing it, they do not... They're like 2, maybe 3 days worse than the perfect team for it. White Scarf did it really well with them. But... obviously, Star-Lord Minerva is a huge thing. But Mr. Sinister is an amazing Dark Dimension 2 character. Where am I at? I'm pretty far along, actually, in just a run that I keep doing occasionally just to show people stuff. But, what do we got? Just for the purpose of this... Okay, do you intend to just give me a list of some characters that you would like to see of how they do in Dark Dimension 2, and you can kind of figure it out. I'll show anything you want. I know that mine are big. Mr. Sinister, I'd put him wherever you want, but something like... Alright, let's see. We got that. Where's this? Alright, I'm looking for blue. Looking for blue. We got that. Now I can scroll up, find that. Now, black... Alright, who shall I fill this out? I got Symbiote, but who are 2 characters that are kind of reasonable to get? I guess Groot. Invisible Woman? Why not? This is not the perfect team. I picked a little bit lower on some points. But... M'Blaku and Shuri? Okay, yeah, sure, let's do that. Why not? For the fun of that. Sure, watch this. I'll put this on auto. I'm not sure if I'm going to let the node finish out because this might take a very long time. And I've got to go watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., guys. 100% gonna be straight up honest with you guys. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm watching that after I finish the stream, and it's like 11:30 at night here, so I don't have a ton of time. And I gotta tell story time, and I'm excited for story time today. Alright. So, ew, this node is boring. Oh well. This type team this is a very, very, very slow team we have here. I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh good, we cloned a not exactly useful person. But What? Okay, that was a message I just got in Italian. Okay. Something you will notice about this. Slowly and surely. Admittedly, I've actually never used M'Baku or Shuri on a DD2 run. But... You think the game is... How far am I in the Unity or milestone? I'm not entirely sure. I'll check, actually, in a bit. You think the game is breaking? Guy, why do you think the game is breaking? Am I missing something? Is it just going really outrageously slow and nothing's happening? Your main team is Captain Marvel, Mike's, Hela, Thor, Loki. He's running Guardians minus Mantis and Gamora. Oh, your game. Okay. I admittedly used Captain Marvel and Loki on my own. I'm not so sure who you mean by Mike. So it's definitely a typo, but if it's Minerva, definitely Minerva. I would say invest in Star-Lord. I don't know if you have Minerva, but if you do... Miles, okay. That makes a lot more sense. But if you may notice, this team will survive, and survive, and survive, and survive. Yeah, no worries. So you didn't say anything about a Minerva. So, you can... Captain Marvel's not a bad choice. Not the best choice, but she's not a bad choice. Okay, no Minerva. You can run something with Captain Marvel, Hela, Loki, Thor. It's not the perfect, and Thanos is the fifth. With what you have there, it's not perfect, but it might. Captain Marvel, Thor, Loki, Hela. Issue is you don't really have a lot of healing. Actually, you do. Self-healing. It'll work, but it'll take a while. That will take a while. The reason why Minerva is so helpful for it, I'm going to take over just for a little. As you can see, though, this team is just going to survive and survive and survive and keep on going and then survive. And eventually, you basically put it on auto, plug your phone in, and go to a movie, and you come back and the nodes will be done. It's basically how it is if you run this particular team. Because this is, well, 2 healers, it's insane. But the biggest damage you're going to get in DD2 at your point, if you had Minerva, would be something like this ultimate. You hit this button, and look at how much less health they have, and then your team goes back to full health. Overall, that's why you want a Minerva. But characters with self-heal that go pretty quick, Captain Marvel is pretty good. Hela is a great character, so she'll probably do pretty well. I used Loki. He was pretty decent at it. So you add that Hela, it might actually make it even better. You got a lot of summons, some extra chance of healing, and now he's going to be putting himself in stealth when he goes below 50. So you got a bit of good value there. Marvel, Hela, Loki, and then Thanos. He's a good choice. Get some ability energy, heal himself with his ult. You've got a few pieces you can work with there. Again, if you can get the Mr. Sinister, that would be ideal and helpful. You're going to get a ton of healing from that. But yeah, I just quit because that's going to take forever because the team that I put out there was just pure survival. So fighting some battles. Cool. I will claim my milestone. Thank you very much. Now let's claim this. And that puts us up to 3,775. All right. Well, let's open it. Let's see what we got here. We have 2 orbs. What's the other orb? All right, let's open the milestone orb. Build up the hype. Get the hype engine running. Get some Black Widow. Turn off the hype engine. The hype engine failed me. It's almost story time, bro. It's almost. Ooh, premium orb. Let's see what that is. But did we get something good here? That's a no. That is not a good. That is a bad. It's literally right about story time. Oh my, it still doesn't... What's this? I'm literally just looking for anything to get me an Ultimus Sword, because that would get me a 7-star Ultimus. But it does not appear to be, so let's just get this, claim that, open it up, gets a blue drop of Yondu, which is Ultimus frags, and that's gonna get me to 50 away. 50 away. I have, let's see, what do I have? I have 40,655 of these Blitz credits. I could 100% spend 350 on it and get my Ultimus to 7 stars live on stream. Do you guys want me to do that? What's that? Do I? You guys want to see a 7-star Ultimus? Or at least getting the shards? Yay or nay? Whatever I see, I'll go with. It's up to you. Do it? Alright, guys. Time to waste some resources. Alright. What could it be? Could it be good? Could be anything. What do you know? It's a character I have at 7 stars. And do you know why I knew that it would be a character I have at 7 stars? I have all of them at 7 stars in the Blitz store. I believe. Yeah, I do. 100% do. Do I? Well, I have the shards for them. If it was Rhino, I would have laughed. Okay, what is this? Let's go down here, hit this button, and open it up, and it is even more Ultimus frags! Yay! Alright. Not me again. Power armor or supernatural priority to build up for war offense. If you're saying specifically for war offense, here's the thing. Power armor is better against Hydra with Red Skull. Supernatural is better against more things. Supernatural is the better team in general, and you can use them in more than just war offense. I would say Supernatural, but if you're really wanting to beat down Hydra Red Skull teams, then it's Power Armor. But that's really I'd say that's the only reason why you would go Power Armor over Supernatural. So, guys, this is something that literally provides no value other than the sentimental fact of I officially have the big blue loser at 7 stars. You're welcome. But guys, this for the longest time was one of the biggest achievements in the game, and I have accomplished it. Just about a year and a bit after the others did, but you know, I did it. I did it, guys. I'm happy with that. What do we get here? Do I get like... We want your feedback. What's my favorite thing? You guys got this great content creator. Yeah, his name's Paulo. You should check him out, game. He is not a loser. He's absolutely a loser. He's only useful after you beat Dark Dimension 3 2 times. They made him so that he has value to the most elite players in the game, and has no value to anyone else. He needs a lot of resources to provide value that an average character would. Otherwise, okay. It's time for me to stop clicking all these useless buttons whenever a red light shows up, and get into what's important for ending off a stream. Before I end off a stream, oh my, it is a lot later than I expected. I really got to get into it. But here I am. I can't stop clicking these buttons, man. Vral, what time is it? Before I end the stream, always got to get to this time. It is story time. Let's hope I didn't screw this all up. All right, it is story time, guys. This took way longer to prepare than you guys would expect. Yeah, so guys, it is story time, and today we are talking about volcanoes. Yeah, volcanoes. Why volcanoes? Well, it goes back a couple years ago now when I went down to Sicily for the first time with White Scarf and her family. Basically, we were having lunch, and I did not, especially at this point, really understand everything that White Scarf's dad would say, mainly because he wouldn't speak in the same language as me. And he would switch between Italian and French, and I half know both languages. You like it? I hope you guys like it. It did take a lot of work. Anyways, and it would take a lot for me to figure out which language he's speaking and then trying to adjust, and it would just go on and on. And anyways, he's just pointing and then starts saying something, and White Scarf translates it for me. Oh, the volcano over there is erupting. And we're outside on like the deck eating lunch, and they're just pointing over at the water and saying a volcano is erupting. My instinct at this point is run. Where I'm from, if a volcano is erupting, you're in the wrong place. You get out of there. And they're just like, yeah, no, it does this. I'm like, what do you mean it does this? So right by White Scarf's house, there is a volcano. Like it's on an island next to their place. But there's a volcano called Mount Stromboli, which is famous because it erupts every 20 minutes. Yeah, every 20 minutes. There is a volcano erupting. So for like the rest of the day, I would just be staring it down. Little did I know, there's like 3 volcanoes surrounding her little place. So when I go to Sicily on July 22nd, and I go onto their deck, I'm looking at volcanoes, and those things are erupting, which, trust me, it sounds quite concerning, but yeah, they're just kind of casually chilling, like, yeah, no, it's fine, there's volcanoes erupting, this happens, it's okay, we're kilometers away. And I'm pretty sure people in Pompeii thought they were okay, because they were kilometers away too. But where are they now? Dead. Now Vesuvius killed them all. But yeah, anyways, guys, volcanoes, crazy stuff. And I'm going to the land of volcanoes soon. Kind of excited to go, but there is a ton of volcanoes. There's an island called Volcano. Mount Etna, which is very far away, which actually, when it erupts, sends ash all the way 300 kilometers away to their town, which is insane to think about. But tons of volcanoes. Anyways, guys, I do hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys enjoyed this little fun stuff I put together, the transition to come here, and the little animations for this, and the unique little slide for story time. I had a lot of fun putting it together for you guys, and I'm gonna have some more slides and scenes coming your way for the future streams. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys are doing good. I'm gonna be heading out now, but I'll be back tomorrow in about 22 hours and 17 minutes. And 22 hours and 17 minutes? Is that right? Sure. That sounds right. 22 hours and 17 minutes. And I'll be back tomorrow then. And in 17 minutes, there is a video going up on my channel if you guys want to check it out. Other than that, if you guys need me, I'll be watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I will answer any messages on Discord. See you guys. Thank you a lot for coming. And I'll be back tomorrow. Bye, guys.